All right, guys, got another quick review for you where we're just reviewing weirdo bikes. Not newer production bikes, but more like rare one-off bikes.
Did you just call it a weirdo?
This is definitely a weirdo bike.
It's bad.
So I got my friend T. This is his bike. It's his 2000 Harley Sportster that he's built into this Frankenstein that we're going to talk about here for a second, and then we're going to do a quick ride on this adorable death trap. Not a death trap.
It's an absolute death trap.
It's a lot of fun, though.
It's bad.
All right, so what is this? Why did you do it?
Why did I do it?
Yeah.
Because the only thing you can do with a Harley Davidson Sportster, to be specific, is to chop it up. Because they suck. They're girl bikes. I'm sorry to whomever, as a male owning one of these.
I don't claim for any of that, by the way.
I'm the one who's
I think
saying.
it's
You
made
can
for
hate me,
I
no
think
problem.
it's made for everybody. He's wearing an only fish hat, so
Yes.
that's all on him. So anyway, so yeah, you wanted to make it something special.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you did to this?
Well, it's a rigid frame, completely one-off custom rigid frame. So
Awesome.
riding is terrifying. If you're older than usual, if you're not a young guy that can't take beating down to your spine, this is definitely going to screw you up if you do end up riding it for like over half hour.
Okay, fair enough. I would say I rode it previously. I'm going to ride it again for this video.
Yeah.
It wasn't awful, but it was a great around town bike for
Yeah.
sure.
It's a bar hopper. That's what that
It
is.
is.
Basically.
It is. So we're in Queens, and this is the kind of bike you ride around town. Would you trust this on the highway?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Tell us what you did with this tank.
Well, what is this? I forgot. Holy shit. I think it's a Yamaha tank.
Okay.
Like a Cafe Racer.
Looks awesome.
Gas tank that I stripped it out and did an airbrush theme on there. There's a lot of stencil work on here with a yellow base. After the yellow base, I smoked it with actual
I see that.
actually burning plastics.
I didn't know you
to
could do
have
that.
it stick. Oh, it's so cool. I gotta show you some of the stuff that I can do.
So he painted it
Airbrush.
himself, by the way. This
Yeah.
is all your handiwork.
Yeah, it's I did that.
And we're in front of his place, McCoy's Upholstery,
Yep.
which is an amazing upholstery shop here in Queens, New York. They're doing my Safari 911. They've worked on my BMW, my Lexus. I don't know if you see off frame here. He's doing my new front seats. So not only we're friends, but I'm a member of the hair club, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And anything else you want to note? Oh, the exhaust system. Straight pipes. Yeah.
Just straight pipe.
Sounds amazing.
They dump right out of the engine. So there's not much of back pressure going on there that's helping performance, horsepower.
Disc in the front.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
Stringer, I was going to say. Springer front end, which is isn't another reason why it rides horrible, is because of that.
Correct. Yeah.
I got a Fat Boy wheel up front. Obviously, still was able to use the front disc, only on one side, not the other side.
Okay.
I do have the Fat Boy rim for the back side too, but I haven't installed that yet.
Okay.
Custom oil tank, custom everything pretty much.
Sweet.
There's not much electronics going on this bike.
No gauges.
Nothing.
Do the turn signals
Not even
work?
there's no turn signals
there's
at
no
all.
turn signal switch. So, hey, saves time. In the city, you don't really need mirrors, and
No.
you don't really need turn signals.
You just turn around.
Just look over your shoulder, or just go faster than everybody else. That's generally the philosophy here in the city.
Defensive riding.
Defensive/offensive.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, and the final thing. Let's talk about this seat. What's going on with this seat here?
Well, it's got coilovers,
Nice.
so
Got to have some sort of suspension.
I don't think it helps at all. It probably makes it worse.
Okay.
Because it's really rough riding.
Yeah.
There's not much of padding going on here too. Probably half an inch of foam.
Yeah.
It's a good-looking seat, leather, stitched, steel pan. So nothing helps in terms of comfort.
He's really talking this bike up, but I will say that it was a lot of fun to ride it. And again, I'm going to do another ride. Rode it a couple weeks ago. It's a statement piece. It looks incredible. It sounds amazing. It rides. It feels dangerous, much like a beautiful woman.
Sure.
It's there's a sense of like, oh, I'm excited. It's wonderful, but you're also terrified a little bit. At least I am. Yeah. The one thing I want to ask was, it feels like What's going on with the motor that it feels like there's no, like when you pull
It's
the
a high
clutch,
compression. It's a high compression motor.
Okay.
So finding clutch is going to be pretty hard. I mean, it's built. It's
Yeah.
a built motor. When it's running,
Okay.
you know, like finding neutral is going to be almost non-existent.
Yeah, last time I rode this bike when I was at red lights,
You kept holding the clutch.
you held the clutch in, and it still wanted to go.
Yeah.
Which was an interesting feeling. It felt like it was just sort of like a, I don't know, you're gonna say DCT
Yeah.
transmission without being pre-DCT.
It takes some getting used to
Yeah.
riding, but it is really fun. I mean, I hate it and I love it at the same time, but it serves a purpose, as in, you know, just it's a bar hopper. That's what it is for, basically. Forward controls.
I don't normally like forward controls, but I will say I've seen myself on this bike, and you feel pretty cool. I feel cool. Do I look good?
Definitely cool. Not with a full face helmet.
No. I know. I wear my full face helmet, have to hide my face. Always safety first.
No.
But I feel cool. Do I look cool?
You are cool.
All right, so I guess I'll prep to go give it a ride.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Well,
I'm out of the frame.
and now I go. Keys all the way forward, okay. And, oh, okay. Don't need the choke. Keys in there. Keys all the way in. All right, there's a big silver button. Here we go. Okay.
Immediate.
Sounds amazing. Okay, well, wish me luck not dying on this thing. Oh my God, listen to that exhaust. So good. Okay. And immediately wants to go. Hands all the way in the clutch and immediately wants to go. Holy shit. Immediately wants to fly. And I was used to putting my feet down, not forward. Okay. Here we are. All right, brake stopped it, but it wants to go. Look at this. It just immediately wants to pull. If my hand is all the way in on the clutch and I gave it a little gas, okay, all right, there he goes. Well, it's definitely like pulling me forward. That's very funny, but not too bad. If I move my hand on the brake, it holds. Welcome to a beautiful sunny day in Queens, New York, sort of near Brooklyn here. All right. Oh my God. I don't even need to disengage the clutch. I let go of the clutch like half an inch and it wouldn't move forward. All right. Sit second gear. Okay. That exhaust sounds amazing. I wonder if there's anybody behind me. I wouldn't know because there's no mirrors. Okay, and I keep on trying to put my feet down like I would on my normal bikes, not forward. Admittedly, not used to the chopper style where the feet go forward like that. This is a cool bike. Woo-hoo-hoo. This feels very light, leanable. Although when you lean it, it feels like it does not want to come back up. Oh man. Okay, again, I was gonna check my mirrors. Nobody's behind me, thankfully. It is a quiet day. Hot, quiet day. All right, make this light. Oh, bog it down a little bit. Okay. Wonder if I were running low on gas. We may find out the hard way. All right, folks. Oh, don't kill me. Thank you. Whenever riding here in New York City, Queens especially, always be vigilant. You never know when somebody's gonna fly through stop sign, out of their driveway, some small child running out looking for ice cream. I could go for some ice cream right now. Okay. All right, it's bogging down a little bit. Okay. We won't push it too hard. Once I kind of take it past like half an inch on the throttle, it wants to bog down. That's interesting. Okay, still wants to pull forward. It's a weird feeling when you lean it. It does not like to lean. Getting kind of used to my feet being down there. Oh yeah, you feel every bump on that rigid suspension. Every bump. Ooh, that exhaust though sounds cool. Okay. T said to not go in the cemetery. Maybe it's too symbolic with this bike? Not sure. Okay. I feel cool though. If I die, I feel cool. Okay, here we go. Easing into the throttle a little bit. Go to second gear. Okay, interesting. Feel that? Alright, so we're not going to push it too hard. That's fine. Maybe that's misfiring a little bit. Maybe we just need to clear its pipe set a little bit. Okay, hitting first. Immediately shifts. It's like it's like simple tech DCT. It's like I have an Africa Twin, the new Africa Twin with no manual clutch. You know, you just shift. I'll be honest, guys, I don't know how comfortable I feel taking this thing out on the highway, just because the way it's misfiring, but we'll see. Maybe when she's warmed up a little bit, she will. Anyway, I hope you guys are liking this series. We're doing, you know, we're calling it Quick Ride Review. We know how to do quick reviews, you know, nothing too boring. You're watching 20 minutes of a bunch of drivel. And we want to do it with rare, unique, one-off bikes. We're trying to avoid production bikes unless they're super rare, super unique. We're going to stick to like wacky builds or prototypes or concept bikes. Yeah, now that she's warmed up a little bit, she sounds and feels better. I'm going to try and push it a little bit. I wonder if there's anybody behind me. Oh, it does not like quick maneuvers. This is a cruiser. I'm used to my other bikes, my R9T, my Pan Am, my Livewire, but they just like you push into it and they just go in whatever direction you want. This is it's a strange feeling. It's like more of a suggestion. I do like this. I saw a video of me riding this bike with my hello sir, thank you, nice nod, riding this bike, and it's cool. I look cool, man. I look a lot tougher than I am. Okay, we got the highway. Sure, the LIE. Why not? Oh, hello, little Rocket Bunny Supra. Look at this little guy. What a cute little guy. Ooh. No turn signals means you just got to be aggressive. Okay, yeah, here, come join us, little guy. Cute little Supra. Okay, everybody. If you're seeing this, I lived. We're going on the LIE. Ooh, boy, I love that exhaust sound, though. That sounds good. Every time I rev it, it just wants to go on its own. Oh, we're gonna run this light. Okay, that was not intentional. Anyways, watching that. Okay, looking behind me. Woohoo! Okay. Oh, I just hit a little bump and my butt went airborne. Okay, now that the bike's warmed up a little bit, it is handling itself nicely. Good cruise. Sure, just give it a little ride here on the highway. Don't know if I'm gonna get it up to speed. God only knows what the top speed of this thing is. Woo, that feels good though. I love that chopper sound. Those pipes are good. Here in New York, we make kind of our own rules when we ride. As long as you don't get in anybody's way, and you're not stupid, you're good. You know, stupid, like riding with no turn signals, no mirrors. Sure, but generally, other than my nether regions just vibrating, shaking loose on my butt here, the seat has a little bit of hum. I'm guessing I'm going, I don't know, 35, 40 miles an hour. It's definitely vibrating my feet, my butt, but you know, I'm like giving this bike a hard time, but let's be real. If I had a huge garage space, I'd probably have this in there. Would I do some little safety adjustments to it? Yes. I would add a mirror, maybe one mirror, a horn, turn signals, you know, upgrade to dual discs in the front, maybe do a little bit of a refinement with the suspension or lack thereof. But guys, listen, this is a very cool bike. This is chopper lifestyle, I guess. Somebody's maybe going to give me a hard time for calling it a chopper. I hope that's the right term. I suppose it is. It's a rigid frame, and this is sort of like a classic style Harley experience that a lot of people don't experience with sort of like the cushier, newer bikes. Oh boy, I felt that. Yeah, baby. I'm in my mid-40s, so I'm not necessarily a young guy, but I'm thankful. Oh, I knew I was gonna feel that. That my spine is not gonna kill me. Okay, so lesson learned. Always look over your shoulder. Carbureted bike, you gotta make sure it's warmed up. We're gonna just pass these folks. Why not? Yeah. I love the tank. T did an amazing job on the tank on this bike. It's just gorgeous. I love the little smoke effects. Oh, I see there's some sort of accident up ahead. Just always got to be vigilant. It's like Mad Max riding here. But I hope you guys are at least getting the highway speed experience, at least with this bike. Yes, could I ride it on the highway? Sure. Would I take this on a long trip? No. As T said, this is a bar hopper. Although I'm pretty dry, so maybe I'll be like one of those obligatory BMW GS owners and use it to get cappuccino, coffee, a little bit of latte. But yeah, man, I feel cool. I feel like if I was a single man, I'm happily in a relationship, but if I was a single guy, this would be the bike I put on my Tinder profile. Maybe not even a picture of me, just the bike itself. It's so cool. Oh, side note, comment below if you agree with this. You know, when I first got into bikes, the picture in my head I feel of myself on a bike, I think I feel much cooler than I am. I'm aware of this. It's the fantasy in my brain. I also thought prospective mates would flock to me immediately, say, oh, marry me, start my family. But the truth is, owning a Harley like this, owning the bikes that I do, it's really great at meeting fellow guys. You know, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I make a lot of friends. I don't think I've had any prospective mates go, oh my God, you wild man with your bike, you're so attractive to me. I would love to be with you. No, not the case at all. But it's nice. You know, the ownership of a bike is very personal. I think that's why everybody wants to modify their bikes. You know, it makes me feel sad when I see somebody has a brand new bike they bought off the showroom and it's on Facebook Marketplace and it's completely stock. It makes me sad. It feels like that person didn't get a chance to really experience the bike, get a chance to like know it, get friendly with it, make it their own. Owning a bike like this, owning a bike like my Cyber bike, my silver BMW, they're very personal, and I love that. I think that's the only way you can own a bike, is make it personally yours. So if somebody were to buy this, they're making a statement. It becomes one with you, and I love that about bikes. My cars that I've owned, I love my cars, but you know, I say you know too much, by the way. Sorry about that. I have a 911 off-roader. It's very personal. It's very unique to me. But again, I'm turning a wheel, I'm hitting the pedals. It's hard to get that visceral, engaged experience like you would with a motorcycle. I'm on this thing and I feel it one. I gotta engage it, I gotta lean with it, I gotta feel the bumps, I gotta feel what the tires are doing, the suspension is doing, what the engine is doing. You know, is it bogging down, for example? Do I need to be mindful not to stall it out? What's the clutch doing? All these things, you know, I'm leaning into turns. It's a very physically engaged experience, and just being able to do that on a bike is a really glorious thing. Okay. Yeah, getting used to it. Doesn't feel quite as dangerous. I'm also doing that thing where I'm kind of used to my feet being forward, which is nice. Yeah, see, owning bikes, I've never once, you know, oh, let's be honest, if you ride, okay, let's not turn into me. Let's be honest, when you ride, you kind of like look around, you're like, I hope that person thinks I'm cool. They're gonna look at me on my bike. Look at this cool chopper. You know, 90% of the time, they just kind of are like, I don't care. Which is fine. Live your dream here. Okay, well, we have no turn signals. It wants to keep on going forward, even though the clutch is in. So I just Fred Flintstone it a little bit. Okay, everybody. leaning on this bike feels so strange. It does not want to do that. Like, it wants to stay down. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a tire choice, I'm not sure. Nobody on my left, so feeling every bump. Just gotta get loose with the bike. Not grab onto it too hard, avoid some of the cracks, which is hard to do in the city. But yeah, feeling pretty good now that I'm used to it. But yeah, you know, like my live wire, the previous review, you know, I would do this and then the bike would like lean right back up. This, it just, oh, it's gonna stay in that direction unless I pull it back up. Very strange. Okay. I was about to use my turn signals. There's no turn signals. There's no horn. So I just use the sound of the motor to make myself known, I guess. I'm not necessarily believing that loud pipes save lives, but I think in this situation, it is quite literally true. Oof. It is getting warm on these pipes. Nothing that'll kill me, but I feel like, oh, right in my balls. Oh my God. That's what I get for bending a little traffic rule. Oh my God, I feel that up in my neck and in my balls. I feel like somebody just punched me in the nuts. I'm gonna show you guys a little trick. You're in a chopper, you're in New York City traffic. We're just gonna show you how we get around that. Here we go, kids. All right. Just don't get in anybody's way. Be vigilant of everything happening around you, how your bike is performing, and we just kind of go do our own thing. Also, you'll note, I put my own cell phone holder here. I'm not cool enough to remember every street in Queens. Let's be real. That'd be so sad. My phone wasn't there. I'd have to be asking directions. I have a decent sense of direction, but look at the city sprawl. You know, I have no idea if I'd make my way back to McCoy's unless I asked nicely. Okay, now that I'm getting comfortable with this bike, just like any bike has its own personality. Every bump is just like a little nervous laugh. But no, now that I'm getting comfortable with this bike and kind of familiar with what it's doing, I feel a little more at home, a little less dangerous on it. Not dangerous. I'm not dangerous. I'm unsafe. But yeah, no, I feel pretty good about it. Honestly, let's be real. If I had, like I said before, if I had the garage space, I would definitely take this home. Tweak it, make it my own. Maybe one day I will own a chopper of some sort. I don't know if I'd be one of those guys that would own like one of those newer out of the showroom Harley choppers. I would rather an older carbureted chopper or you know, chopper style, you know, hand painted tank, custom forks, custom lighting, weld it myself. I've been slowly learning bike building, thanks to my friends like Tim Harney and Brooklyn Speed, T, he's also been helpful. But yeah, I've been learning TIG welding, planishing hammers, metal shaping. I want to be able to, 3D printing, carbon fiber molds with 3D printing. So I'm trying to learn all these things because I really want to, loving bikes the way I do, it's been really fun to actually tinker. I don't have like a lot of free time with my day job and the companies that I own, but to be able to just take an evening in my workshop, just tinker a little bit on my bikes, add my own little personal touch, know that I scrape my knuckles underneath the frame, put its lifeblood oil in there by myself, switched out suspension components, that sort of thing. It's a wonderfully sort of religious experience. I really love riding around the city, and I'll say this in pretty much every video that I'm reviewing bikes around New York City, but there's a lot of flavor here. You're never bored. You're always vigilant. That guy looked like Pauly D, spiked hair. But yeah, you're always vigilant. You're like, what the heck is going on here? I never come to this part of town except to see my friends in Queens in passing. And when you're on a bike, you're just kind of like looking around going like, what is happening here? It's a green light and everybody's running the light. Hi, hello, hello. What are you doing? All right. See, there you go. Everybody just kind of makes their own rules. I would never try and do chicken with a vehicle, but I will definitely make myself known. If I had a horn, I would have honked. I don't really believe in revving my engine to make myself known. But listen, even if the driver's in the wrong, there's absolutely no way a bike is going to win over a car. I'm sorry. Just impossible. So don't do what I do. Never try and win out from a car. Ooh, I'm gonna miss that engine. That sounds cool, man. I hope this doesn't annoy people. I don't want to be that guy, if I owned a chopper, that I would just like annoy my neighbors. It's for me. You know? Oh my god. It pulls. Now that it's warmed up, it pulls. I have no idea how fast we're going. I'm gonna guess 30 or 40. Of course not faster than the speed limit. But yeah, plenty of power, for sure. And it's very interesting. It's very jumpy off the start. Unlike that that R90 I tested where it was like very slow to ease into its power. It's very jumpy right in the first half inch of the throttle pull. And then it slows down as you go through the throttle. Hello. One day I'm going to do a video piece on scooter riders around New York City. That is its own subculture. Men and women, no holds barred, riding through the city, making deliveries, cutting through traffic. They do not care about their safety at all. It is fascinating. I may have like a much more powerful, more modern bike, but I could guarantee you I can never outmaneuver them through traffic, ever. They're crazy. And we're coming towards the end of our journey. I hope you've enjoyed this quick ride. Hope you see the diversity of vehicles that we're pulling through this series. Unique, wacky stuff. Especially they use that ride that maybe never ride a hand-built bike like this with a rigid frame and rigid fork and all that stuff. But a lot of fun. But thankfully it's good to get experience riding all sorts of bikes. Makes you better. A better rider day to day. But yeah, good old bike. And if you're interested, oh, there's my Lexus in for upholstery. Look at that little guy. We'll do a review of that guy soon, but there you go. Let's end it. We lived.
You good?
Yeah.
We did it.
I did it. All right, bye guys.